My name is Haley Comet and welcome to my Cosmic Corner of the Internet, where we discuss all things astrology, and today, all things Scorpio Descendant. What Taurus risings are looking for in love, connection, and partnership. Our astrological natal chart tells us a lot. Not only does it tell us the story of our strengths, challenges, and life purpose here during our time on planet Earth, it also tells us the ideal other to have by our side as we live out the promise of our natal chart. So to understand better who it is our perfect match, and this can show up within our romantic relationships or within our business partnerships, we take a journey to the Descendant, which is what we'll be breaking down within this video. What you are looking for in connection as a Taurus rising, and how this can show up within its best expressions and within its lowest vibration expressions. Because it's important when we talk about the Descendant, it's not always our dream match. It can also describe the people that we are drawn to that tend to be more destructive connections. So deeply important to be mindful of and to understand the best potential of how this energy comes to the surface, as well as being mindful when you spot on that first date or when you're talking about this business partner with someone, spotting the red flags that can be told by the shadow side of the Scorpio Descendant. We're breaking it all down, my love. Just keep in the back of your head if you get any value from this video. I would deeply appreciate any button that you push down there, from a like to subscription. Any little nudge helps me to continue to create cosmic content. So without further ado, let's dive in. Scorpio Descendant, the light side. So for you as a Taurus ascendant, I want you to think of you looking out at the world through these Taurus glasses, right? And Taurus has to do with the material, practical, sensual realm, right? So you view the world looking for comfort, looking for beauty, looking for luxury, and you have a very patient, pragmatic approach towards life. That's the way that you view things. And when it comes to connections, we are looking for polarity. We're looking for balance. So to find out more about what you are drawn to in your ideal other, we go across the chart to the Descendant, right? Because Scorpio is your opposite as a Taurus rising. Now, I have an entire video to dive deep into your Taurus rising if you want to understand deeper how it is that you see the world and how it is that the world sees you. But what you need to know for this video is that you have this amazing ability to build, accumulate, and consume. Taurus lives its life through the senses, and you view your world through the senses. What will bring comfort, what brings beauty, what brings luxury. And you have this stability, right? And people see it of you. You are someone that they can count on. There is something steady about you. You know what it is that you like. Your ruling planet is Venus. You are someone who is patient and pragmatic when it comes to getting what you want. You're someone that other people can lean on, right? In connections, you are drawn to something different. Now, I do want to highlight that it's not that you are literally looking for a Scorpio. As I break down this energy, I want you to think of a Scorpio archetype. Sometimes there'll literally be a Scorpio placement. I've seen that quite often. That kind of gets into house overlays, but really it's just someone who embodies this energy. And I'll make sure to detail how you can find out more about your perfect match based on your chart. But let's break down 3 illuminations of the highest potential of the Scorpio Descendant. So as I highlighted, you see the world through accumulation, comfort, and luxury. And you are looking for that something more. When it comes to connections, you are drawn to people who exhibit this Scorpio-like quality, right? You are drawn to very passionate people, people who are intense. Because like I said, you have a very patient, pragmatic tilt towards life, and you are sort of drawn towards people who take you out of the material and rip you deep into the spiritual, right? People who take you out of this present moment and take you into something deeper. Like that is what makes you feel alive and makes your chart feel more balanced. So you are drawn to passionate partners, people who are devoted, who are loyal, who go all in. Because for you as Taurus, it's steady, it's consistent. Scorpio is all or nothing. And that's an energy that you are magnetized towards. You could be drawn to people's passion. You could be drawn to their drive. You could be drawn to their devotion, because you are someone where you tend to be a little bit more measured. You tend to be a little bit more steady. So you can find within relationships you are drawn to people who are all or nothing, right? They are not lukewarm type people. It's either boiling hot or freezing cold. There is no in between, and you are drawn to that passion, whether that shows up within your marriage or whether that shows up within your business partner. You can find that you're magnetized towards people who are passionate. You are also drawn to people who take you out of the material, practical realm. As I highlighted, that's important to you as a Taurus. You want to be cozy, you want to be surrounded by beauty, you want to have pleasurable experiences, and your ideal partner will be someone who takes you into the spiritual realm, because Scorpio is about essentially merging into that something more sensation. So your ideal partnership is someone who takes you and plunges you down into that intensity. Now let's just call it like we see it. Scorpio is a sign of intimacy. It's a sign of going deep. And this is going deep into your psychology, right? Scorpio is meant to take you into the spiritual, into the psychological, and it's also about taking you into your soul. So your ideal partner will be someone who reminds you of your underlying truth, and your ideal partner will take you into the intangibles of life, your soul, your psyche. It should make you feel uncomfortable. Your ideal partner is someone who reminds you the aspects of life that are not seen, that are not smelled, that are not heard, but are so viable and powerful nonetheless. Now, because Scorpio is about our psyche, sometimes you can find that you are drawn to individuals who are constantly psychoanalyzing you, or who are able to really provide really powerful notes to you about people that you interact with.
Please excuse the interruption from editing Haley, but I really wanted to go into more detail on this because Scorpio energy is the embodied protector energy, because they have a natural understanding deep down of motives and strategy. They are the sort of individuals who can really look out for your best interests, as well as use their razor sharp intuition to let you know when things are off. Like if you're hanging around a friend who doesn't have your best intentions, or at a business deal and they're feeling something's off, they are the sort of individual who are the guard dogs for you, because you as a Taurus rising are very grounded, and you're very, what you see is what you get. You're very loyal once you open up, and your Scorpio Descendant partner can be someone who really is fierce in protecting you, stands up for you, and is continually looking out for your best interests, which is such a beautiful aspect to have in a life partner or business partner.
And on that same note, on this element of intensity, you can be drawn to individuals who take risk, or live their life at least with a little bit of danger, because you are someone where you like things that are comfortable, you like doing what you've done before that does bring some comfort and some groundedness to you, and your ideal partner should be able to take you outside the comfort zone and play in that realm of risk. Now, it's important to note when it comes to Descendant, you guys balance each other out, right? So you kind of ground them down when they're being overly risky, but they remind you to play bigger. They remind you to get out of your comfort zone. They remind you that with high risk can come high reward. And with Scorpio, they are not fearful of endings. And you are someone, as I highlighted, Taurus is about accumulation. It's about building. Scorpio is about destroying. And it's about the power that comes when we are able to rebuild even more powerfully and even more resilient than before. So your ideal partner will show you and be an example of resilience, of rebirth, of being able to release what does not serve. Sometimes you can accumulate, whether it's people holding on too tight, or values that no longer serve you, positions that no longer serve you, because there can be a fear of letting go. And your Scorpio partner can show you the power that you can find when you allow yourself to rebirth, when you allow yourself to release what is no longer served and surrender into transformation. You are drawn to these intense, powerful, resilient individuals, and you are drawn to these individuals that are very deeply intimate. You as Taurus, you know who you are, you know what you like. You typically will have a defined aesthetic, defined values, things that you prefer, things that you do not prefer. And with the balance of Scorpio, Scorpio is looking for merging. So truly, when it comes to your ideal partner, they will teach you and show you what it means to go deep into connection, what it means to go intimate, to be able to share your secrets with this person, to be able to build something together, right? Like on the element of risk, Scorpio is all about merging. So merging resources in order to build something, or merging values in order to build something. It's all about how it is that the you becomes an us, right? And merges deep down to your psyche, down to your secrets, down to your soul, right? That is your ideal partnership, is someone who takes you out of the physical and plants you into the spiritual. You as a Taurus, you are concerned around security, and your ideal partner will remind you that the best things in life are outside of your comfort zone, okay? And the thing about Scorpio is that it's very shrewd. It's very strategic, right? So it takes you out of the material, the logical route to go, the pragmatic route to go, the safest route to go, and reminds you the power that can be found around, yes, taking a risk, but making sure that it's a shrewd risk. Scorpio is an energy that is concerned around power. You can be drawn to individuals who are mysterious, maybe who are in some sort of position of power, something of that nature. So let's call it like we see it. Scorpio has to do with intimacy. And so you are drawn to individuals who are passionate in that way, right? Lovemaking is a form of alchemy. It is a form of transformation, right? And you are drawn to that because you are someone who is very sensual. So you are looking for someone who is sensual, but who adds that spiritual lens to sensuality, right? Who adds that deeper level to it, who adds that magic or that deep kind of soulful alchemy that can take place via connecting in that way. To get more information, you'll want to find the descendant ruler within your birth chart. Now, I am a traditional astrologer, so I would advise looking at Mars because that is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. If you are a modern astrologer or a modern astrology student, I would look at Pluto, or you can always look at both and see which one you resonate more. Because when we look at that planet, it will flavor our ideal partner when it comes to our unique birth chart. For example, you as a Taurus rising, let's say you have a Scorpio descendant and you see that your Mars is in Gemini in the second house. This will flavor what you're looking for. Yes, you're still looking for the Scorpio experience, this energy of transmutation, right? Transformation, someone who embodies resilience, someone who embodies power and secrecy and mystery and all these Scorpionic themes, right? But it flavors it with this Gemini second house theme. It could be someone who exhibits the Scorpio shrewdness, right? As it relates to money, the financial realm, because it is in the second house. It could be someone who is powerful in their brain because Mars is in Gemini. You'll want to look at the sign and the house of the descendant ruler. Again, I would use Mars, but you can feel free to use Pluto if that resonates more. And you'll understand the unique nuance of what it is that you're looking for. So let's give another example. Let's say you're a Scorpio descendant and we follow your Mars and we see that it is in Pisces in the 11th house. So while you are looking for this intensity of Scorpio, it can be a little bit more heart-centered, a little bit more compassionate since your descendant ruler is in Pisces, as well as someone who is a community builder or quite social because it's in the 11th house of groups and communities. Now, it is considered in some texts that your descendant ruler can indicate the circumstances by which you meet your spouse. So it's also something to take into consideration. So with that last example, you can meet your spouse through friends. So Scorpio most certainly has a darker underbelly. So here are the shadow sides of your Scorpio descendant. The first thing I want you to be mindful of are individuals who are paranoid. Scorpio can be shrewd to the point of paranoia in that because this is a sign that governs psychology, governs what's underneath, they sometimes can be unnecessarily paranoid or even unnecessarily prepared. They view everyone rather than you, who is someone who is like steady, takes things as they are. Scorpio is constantly diving deep into people's motives and trying to understand their psyches. And you can find that you are drawn to people who might be a little bit paranoid or even instill fear into your mind around this person's trying to manipulate you or the worst case scenario might happen here. Now, this can be a bright side in that you can find that you're drawn to partners who are prepared because they do have a tendency to think about the worst case scenario, but it's really important that they aren't injecting your mind with fear. Second thing I want you to be mindful of is controlling or possessive partners. As I highlighted, the intimacy that you are looking for in connection is beautiful and it is laudable. But on the shadow side, this could represent a partner who wants to own you, who wants to consume you. There's a powerful lens to Scorpio in that it is about transformation, right? The transformation that happens when you plus your partner become one, right? And merge your psyches and your values to create something even more powerful. But sometimes they want to consume, they want to own. So being very mindful when it comes to jealous, controlling, or possessive partners, because you can be drawn towards them. And the last thing I want you to be mindful of is individuals who are self-destructive, because you as a Taurus rising, you are concerned with building and accumulating, and you can be drawn to people who are a bit self-destructive. Like I said, it is helpful in teaching you what it looks like to be able to release what's not serving and to let go and to trust in resilience and to trust in rebirth. But it's very important that you're being mindful if you're drawn towards partners who are doing more and more dangerous habits, more and more dangerous activities, or individuals who are constantly self-destructing or just like caving in on themselves or having very, very intense, extreme emotions that pull from your steadiness, that pull from your loyalty. In its perfect balance, this axis, they remind you to trust in the transformation, to let go, and you are the rock for them. You remind them to be steady and grounded. So it's important if you're with a partner who's constantly self-destructing every 5 minutes, like that's not helpful when it comes to partnership, when it comes to building something real. And I also want you to be mindful of individuals who try to siphon off of your hard work. As I highlighted, Taurus is about building what it is that you value. Scorpio is about merging with others to build what it is that you two value. And I've found sometimes with this axis that they could be drawn towards partners who want to siphon off of them, whether it's like financially, spiritually, or emotionally. Be mindful of vampire types who want to siphon off of all of your Taurus rising beauty and work ethic and groundedness and sensuality. On that note, so like let's think about that when it comes to the surface within business partnerships. Like being mindful of someone who constantly wants to siphon off of your work ethic, right? Like a business partner who wants you to do all the work and put down all the practicality, right? Like just being mindful around the give and take, because Scorpio, a lot of their power is found when they merge with others, and you as a Taurus, you are meant to build what it is that you value. So just ensure that the partnership, that you're both showing up in your respective ways and your respective talents. So my love, what has come up for you with this descendant? How have you seen this shown up within its highest vibration and its lowest vibration? I would love to hear below. My Instagram handle is @HaleyCometAstrology. My TikTok is the same. I would so love to connect with you over there. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay cosmic.